Morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and we're going to start this show off the same way we start every show off, with a moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, and the fact that you spend it with us truly means the world to me, so thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
Whatty up, boss? Welcome to the Mac City Morning Show.
Hey everybody, Keith Simpson here from Norel Toyota. We support the Oil Barons. We've joined the drive-in movie theater. We're involved in the marathon here in Fort McMurray, and that's what makes this community such an amazing place to live.
And we're back. For everybody who heard that ringing, that was 100% me, and let's just identify what that was. I don't think we've ever talked about this on the show before, Tanner.
I don't think we have.
So on my phone at 3 o'clock, I have an alarm that goes off every day at 3 o'clock. It doesn't matter what day, 7 days a week it goes off. And it's a reminder for me to think positively and or throw positive energy into the universe. Because a while ago, I found out that there's a bunch of religious texts, Bibles, whatever you want to call it. And I found out that 3 o'clock in a lot of different religious Bibles is the hour that the gods are listening to you more intently. So that's when you should pray or throw some positive vibes into the universe. So every day at 3 o'clock, I throw positive vibes into the universe because I feel that somebody's listening. So that's what that alarm was. So on with the show. Thank you to our sponsors, Norel Toyota, for kicking off the show, being our title sponsors. We really do appreciate it. And Tanner, I know you're stressed a little bit right now, so I'm hoping the sound is sounding good.
I'm not as stressed as I was before.
Okay, that's good to hear. Now let's get on with our guest. Now, as you know, I don't introduce my guests because they can do a better job at that than myself. So can you please tell everybody at home who you are and what you're about?
Well, thanks for having me, and I'm Genis Quast. I'm the owner of Thrifty Dutch Girl in Beacon Hill, and then soon to be Thrifty Dutch's downtown at Town Hall on Fraser Ave.
Okay, so explain what this is to me, please.
It's a thrift store, like a regular thrift store, just privately owned. So you bring donations to me. I go through it and pick what we'd like to have in the store. And whatever we don't take, we'll give to either a shelter or donate to Salvation Army. Okay. And then we give a percentage of our profits, about 20 to 30% right now. Hopefully we'll be able to do more with the new store. Right. And then we give to different charities monthly. And we've had, quite a few different ones. We've had ASHFAM, we've had the Wellness Society, we've had Sport Through Housing Group, lots of different ones like that.
Right, very cool. Okay, so explain this concept to me. So let's say I have some clothes at home, and I don't want to wear them anymore. Yeah. But they're still fine. I bring them to you. Yes. And I drop them off for free. You're not compensating me at all.
No, free. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then somebody in Fort McMurray, you'll look at it, price it appropriately, and then somebody comes in. Yeah. Cool. I like that model. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I thought it was, and I'm right. Big win for me. So now my next question is, how do you get that started in regards to building your inventory?
Well, Girl Gang Group, shout out to Girl Gang Group here, is amazing. I just put a post that I was doing something like this and that we were looking for donations, and I hadn't even had a store yet or anything. Okay. And my living room and kitchen were completely full of garbage bags, boxes, and donations and everything. So awesome. My husband was like, you need to find a space. We need our house back. So so then we found a space in Beacon Hill to start with. And then we just brought it over and kept going. Okay. Now, how long have you had the store for? Starting from your house? We opened the store June 25th, and so we've been doing it 9 months now. Yeah. Okay, so it's going well then for you to house to location one to moving, I'm assuming, to something a little bit bigger. Yeah. So we're going to do both stores. So we'll do the one in Beacon Hill is just women's only. The one downtown is going to be kids, men's, women's, home decor, maternity, kind of everything. Okay. Yeah. So. Cool. Yeah. Well, I had so many ladies come in and be like, oh, I wish you did kids. Oh, I wish you did home decor. And then I'd have men come in with their wives and be like, do you have men's? I'd be looking at men's right now. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, yeah, we should do that. And I wanted to go bigger to start with, but my husband was like, start small. It's Fort McMurray. We don't really, and we just moved here, so we didn't really know, the market or anything yet.
Right.
And it's been so good that we're like, why wouldn't we go bigger and try and do everything?
That's right. So what was the creative process, or what was the spark to say like, hey, this is a service that I see could be utilized in this community?
Well, when we moved here, it was during the flood, and everything was closed down, and there was no thrifting here. And I am a thrifter at heart. Like that's my de-stressing. If it's not yoga, it's thrifting. It's and there was no thrifting here, and I was like, what do I do with myself? And I was selling on Poshmark. I'm not sure if you've heard of that, but it's an app online that you can sell used clothing.
Okay.
And then you just ship it out. So it's really easy. And so I was doing that for a little while. And I was just filling up a room in our house. And my husband was like, jokingly, he's like, you should start a store or something. And I was like, you know what? And so I kind of had like a weekend sale at the house. And so many ladies came and were like desperate for clothes. I was like, I should do something with this. So I thought, there's no other thrift store at that moment. And then Salvation Army was just opening up again too. And so I was like, maybe I'll just do something small, a boutique kind of thing. And so kind of came from there.
Cool. I love it. So where are you from originally before you moved here?
I was born and raised in Drumheller, Dinosaur Valley.
Yeah, Dinosaur Valley. Yeah, I've been there.
And then my husband and I are from Medicine Hat. We moved. He's born and raised in Medicine Hat, and we moved there and had our kids and stuff.
So there are lots of thrift stores in Medicine Hat?
Yeah, there's about, I would say like 4 or 5 there. They have a full value village. They have a couple downtown, and they're a little bit smaller than us.
Right.
So I was like, why wouldn't we be able to handle some thrift stores here? So
that's right. I did Tanner's going to make fun of me now. I know. I'm getting ready for it. I only knew about thrift stores in like major centers like Edmonton. Like when you go down White Ave, there's like a thrift store here and there.
Yeah.
I had no real idea. I haven't spent a lot of time in thrift stores.
Yeah.
So
I feel like your first relationship with thrift stores was the Macklemore song.
Yeah.
Like you probably didn't know about them before that.
Well, I had gone into a thrift store in West Edmonton, or not West Edmonton, sorry, on White Avenue one time, and I did get a blazer. This is when I was in college, and I thought like the whole concept was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But it's not something that I went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So, but the thought process is so cool, especially like with, as you get older, your body type changes.
Yeah.
And so then you have this article of clothing that you're just like, well, it's still really good. What should I do with it? Yeah. Or like I have like a little boy, for example, Keegan, and he's 7 and he keeps growing.
So fast. Yeah.
Just keeps growing on. And I tell him to stop because I liked him when he was a baby. He was super cute. And now I'm like, dude, come on.
Not so cute.
Not so cute. Now he's becoming an adult. He's even cooler now, though. I got to say, 7, great age.
Less cute, more cool.
More cool, yeah. And big trash talker, which I can't get enough of. But like at that age, when you're looking for clothing, especially in a community like Fort McMurray, unfortunately, there's not a lot of options, right? So neat. The concept to me is so cool. So when you say you were like into thrifting, what does that mean? Like, did you just go and like?
You're treasure hunting. That's
treasure hunting. I like that.
It's like, for me, it's like I get a high from it. Like,
okay,
what am I going to find in this rack? And I got it. Sometimes I have to like look through the entire rack. Like it can't just be like, it has to be the entire rack.
Right.
So, because I don't want to miss anything.
Okay. So now you have individuals donating clothes locally to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Is this something that do you go to other locations to look for more clothes to bring back?
Yes,
or,
So I'll go thrifting myself and bring back lots of brands and different things that we don't get here.
Okay.
Because one thing about having a thrift store in a small town that doesn't have a lot of clothing stores, like we have some great ones, but I get a lot of what we have here, right?
Right.
So a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to buy the same stuff I could have just bought here anyhow. Well,
that's
like,
right.
And I totally respect that and get that, but I'm like, this is what we get.
Yeah.
So I'll go outside of town and I'll still like bring back lots of different things too. But with that, you have to be careful too, because some thrift stores like are getting a little bit pricey and stuff like that. And so when I bring it back and I still have to get a little cost out of it, I don't want it to be astronomical. I'm not out there for the money. I'm there for the hobby of it. I love it. It's something, I just wanted to do.
Yeah. You're
So
making
I just
passion
want to
your
make sure
job.
that we can have just as good pricing or better.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What a unique thing to do for a living. I love it. It's kind of like people like I do something pretty unique for a living as well.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Treasure hunting for a living. That's
Yeah.
really neat.
Yeah.
So where did the aspect of giving back come in for you in regards to you're saying a percentage of your sales go to non-for-profits?
Yeah. I wanted to make sure like people are just like, I don't want to just give my stuff for free and stuff like that, right? But I wanted to contribute to the community in just different ways, right? That we could just help out in any way. Like anytime like someone reaches out or messages me like this group or this thing, like or people that just walk in and they're just talking, they're like, oh, we're looking for this. And I'm like, you know what? I could donate that and let's do a project on it or something like that. So it's just, the community's been great. So it's been so good to just offer new things to it and donate and do whatever with it.
Cool. Now, we spoke very briefly before the show started. Your husband moved here before you and was working, and I'm assuming...
Well, he was 7 on and 7 off.
Okay.
So he would drive 10 hours each week, here and back.
Okay.
And then, so he was up here for about 6 years.
Okay.
And then he got offered a different position that was going to be full-time.
Oh, okay.
So family had to come up.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. I was like, what made you actually like say like, okay, I guess I'm coming?
Yeah, it wasn't my idea of coming up here. I like big cities and going to huge shopping malls and lots of thrift stores.
That's right.
And when I found out there was like not even a thrift store at the time, I was like, oh,
yeah.
what am I doing?
That's right. That's awesome.
No, it worked out really well, and it's been great so far. The community's been awesome. So.
That's awesome. Oh, listen, we've come to the segment called the Max City Minute. It's Tanner's segment.
Okay.
But before we kick it off, we got to give a big shout out to NABA. NABA is sponsoring this segment. So NABA, thank you very much. We do appreciate your support. If you don't know who NABA is, they're an awesome Indigenous organization in Fort McMurray. Go check them out on their website or their Facebook page. Thank you, NABA. Now on that note, Tanner, hit her with the Max City Minute.
Alrighty, question number 1. What is the most interesting piece of clothing you've seen come through your shop?
I had this Valentino skirt come in, and you might not know designers, but Valentino is a pretty big deal. So I was pretty stoked about that. But for like weird or odd, so we've had these like really cool like fur vests that were really cool. Yeah, and a fuzzy pink one. That was awesome. So.
Cool.
Question number 2. What is your favorite part of the thrifting culture?
I think just the rush of it. It's everyone's like that's kind of in that culture knows like the rush and the feeling you get and like the high you get from like finding that awesome treasure item that's just like, and it's super cheap.
That's awesome.
Question number 3. What is your favorite part of starting your business in the community you had just arrived in?
Oh, just the amount of support and help. The Girl Gang group, they were just like, here, I have stuff. And even that's how I found the place in Beacon Hill was through one of the girls messaged me about it, saying that they had a space available. So just everyone coming together and just wanting to be helpful.
Question number 4. What is the story behind your favorite piece you've found for yourself while thrifting?
Oh, that's a good question. For myself. I found when I was a little bit younger thrifting a Louis Vuitton bag, and I was stoked. And it had the like little cherry blossoms, and it was a special edition and everything. Found out later on when I learned about fakes and reals, it was fake. But it was my pride and joy, and I still have it to this day. It's actually in a cabinet because I still love it. So.
And your final question, why do you think any Fort McMurrayan wouldn't love thrifting?
Just being able to, just feel the treasure hunt of it. And I understand, like, sometimes it's taboo for some people. They don't want to have used items or other people's items. But we get a lot of stuff with tags on it still. So even coming and just finding those things with tags on it is still fun, in itself. And clothing is the number 1 pollutant, on the planet. So just being able to reuse yeah, is awesome. So
Very cool.
And those have been your 5 questions.
I'm a bit of a thrift store fanatic myself, and my thrift store is my dad's closet.
yeah,
I'm hijacking so much GP stuff. It's
Yeah.
not even funny. Like, he's like, what the? Like, he'll go into his closet and like, where'd my jacket go? And my mom will be like, you should probably give your son a call. And he's just, but it's cool to wear something that has like a story to it.
yeah,
And
and
that
has
means
history
something.
to it. Yeah,
That's right. And
yeah.
you're guaranteed nobody else is wearing it.
No,
Like you were talking about fur vests. I have this jacket that I hijacked from him. It's like I'll show it to you before you leave. It's a wool jacket with like a fur top. It's like the warmest jacket in the world. And yeah, just hijacked that from GP. So I get it. Like I've never gone, like you said, hunting, but I get how that thrill of like finding that item that you were looking for
yeah,
could be really, really cool. So I've got a question for you in regards to, okay, you're moving to this new place and you said you're going to have men's, women, and children's clothes. But then you also said like items.
yeah, like
Like-
home decor items.
So what are we talking? Yeah. So explain that one. How are you going to get your hands on those?
Well, people donate all sorts of stuff like that, right?
Really?
So if you go to any like Value Village or Goodwill or anything like that, you'll find all sorts of stuff like that as well. So, and they donate like furniture or pictures or vases or all sorts of things. Yeah.
You know what we should do, Tanner?
What?
We so this is an office. There's other rooms here. This is a business. We should get the green room. We should decorate the green room with all stuff from a thrift store.
Thrift store and antique shops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fun.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. And then like just like to help promote and like say, hey, we got this from there, and like dedicate the room to like that type of thing.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
that's
in.
super cool.
I think we might do this.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can find the coolest stuff. For
Yeah.
We'll
no
get your
doubt.
help.
Yeah, exactly. We have a contact now. We have a plug.
for sure.
So when does the new store open downtown?
We're hoping for the end of April, at latest early week in May.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The flooring's just gonna be put in soon,
Okay.
and we're just getting that kind of stuff sorted out, and then we can just go ahead, get it all done.
Okay. Now I'm assuming leading up to that, like you're trying to collect as much inventory as possible to like really
Yes.
fill up that space.
Yeah, well, at the moment we're not. I
Okay.
do have quite a bit right now, so I'm trying to get into the space and it's set up before I start getting so much, because if I
Right.
getting so much and I'm not able to set up as fast, so
Right.
if I can set up as fast as I can,
Yeah.
then I'll be taking the donations.
Okay. Now, in regards to the decoration and how like you have designed your store, is that just you, or do you have help, or how does that all? How you
No,
putting that together?
The one in Beacon Hill is all me, and the one in Town Hall will be all me as well. I really loved the aesthetic of Town Hall down there.
Okay.
So I was like in love with that. As soon as I walked in, I was like, yep, this is it.
Okay.
So I'll probably bring like kind of that aesthetic there. So it's going to be a different kind of look versus my Beacon Hill one.
Right.
Yeah. So
Neat. I gotta check this out. Although, like you said, there's no dudes clothes up on the hill.
No.
Don't care. I still need to come check it out. It sounds
Yeah.
like a really cool place.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have like some vintage coaches, and we have like a Marie Antoinette head, and like
Okay.
and it's pretty unique and different, and yeah.
Very cool. Well, listen, we're at the end of the 20 minutes. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Please feel free to come back again and again and again.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost anything, and you probably have and definitely have more to talk about. And
Yeah.
for the launch of your store, like,
Yes.
please come back and
Yeah,
chat.
that would be great.
So, but before I cut you loose, everybody gets a shameless shout out or plug. So, got the mics, the camera, and lights. Have fun.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you to this community to start with, because I couldn't have done it without you guys. Like, it's been awesome, and just come and check us out. Even if you're not a thrifter, just come check us out. We're not like the average thrift store. You know, we try to be more boutique-y and stuff like that. So yeah, we're Thrifty Duchess and then Thrifty Dutch Girl in Beacon Hill. So.
Cool. Awesome. Well, definitely, you must have social media channels that people
Yes,
can follow you
yeah.
on too.
So we have both Thrifty Dutch Girl and Thrifty Duchess on Facebook and on Instagram. So.
There we go. Cool. Hopefully people follow you there. Great.
Yeah.
Well, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world, thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. I do appreciate it. Big shout out to our sponsors, title sponsor Noral Toyota, as well as the Mac City Minute sponsor, Anaba. Really do appreciate your support. I hope everybody's having a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
What a deadly old way to end another morning show. Later, boys.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.